Have you ever been hurt so deeply that words simply fail? Have you ever carried pain so heavy that silence feels safer than explaining what broke inside you? Imagine loving someone with all your heart, building your whole world around them, only for everything to shatter overnight. Then imagine becoming completely silent, not for a day or a week, but for years. This is the haunting, emotional, and unforgettable world of the silent patient, a psychological thriller by Alex Michaelides. It is not just a mystery novel, it is a deep journey into pain, trauma, betrayal, mental health, love, trust, grief, and the hidden wounds people carry behind smiles. The book grabs readers from the first page and refuses to let go, slowly pulling them into a dark puzzle where every answer raises even a bigger question. At the center of the story is Alicia Berenson, a talented and respected painter who seems to have the perfect life. She's beautiful, wealthy, intelligent, and married to Gabriel, a successful fashion photographer. From the outside, their marriage appears peaceful and full of love, the kind of relationship many people dream about. They live in a beautiful home in London, they enjoy financial comfort, and seem deeply connected. But life has a strange way of reminding people that what looks perfect from outside might hide painful secrets within. One evening, something horrifying happens. Gabriel is found tied to a chair in their home, brutally shot 7 times in the face. The shocking part is not only the murder itself, but who is believed to have done it. The police find her standing near the body, covered in blood. The evidence points strongly towards her. Yet something even strange happens after the incident. Alicia completely stops talking. She says nothing, not to police, not to doctors, not to lawyers, not even during trial. She simply becomes silent, forever changed, no explanation, no defense, no confession, nothing. This silence turns Alicia into a mystery that fascinates the whole country. Newspapers become obsessed with her story. People judge her, fear her, pity her, and speculate endlessly. Was she a cold-hearted killer, a traumatized wife, a victim hiding terrible secrets, or was there something darker hidden beneath the surface? Because she refuses to speak, Alicia is sent to a psychiatric facility called The Grove, where mentally struggling patients receive treatment. Over time, she becomes almost forgotten by the outside world, living quietly among doctors, nurses, and patients who cannot fathom her pain. Yet one thing Alicia leaves behind continues to disturb everyone: a final painting she made after the murder. She names it Alcestis, based on a woman from an ancient Greek mythology who sacrifices herself out of love and grief. The painting becomes a symbol of mystery, pain, silence, and emotional suffering. Then enters Theo Faber, the second major character and narrator of much of the story. Theo is a psychotherapist, someone trained to help people heal emotionally. But Theo is not just professionally interested in Alicia's case, he becomes personally obsessed with her silence. Unlike others who see her as dangerous or hopeless, Theo believes Alicia can recover. More importantly, he believes he can be the one to help her speak again. To him, Alicia's silence is not meaningless. Silence, he believes, always says something. Sometimes people stop talking not because they have nothing to say, but because what they have experienced feels impossible to explain. Theo gets a job at the Grove specifically to work with Alicia. Slowly, patiently, and almost stubbornly, he tries to build trust with her. He studies her history, talks to people who knew her, visits places connected to her past, and begins uncovering painful truths hidden beneath the surface. As Theo investigates Alicia's life, readers are introduced to the complicated reality behind a seemingly perfect marriage. Like many relationships, things were not as simple as they appeared. Hidden pain, emotional wounds, trust issues, loneliness, betrayal slowly begin revealing in their relationships. Sometimes suffering hides behind successful careers, beautiful homes, smiles on social media, perfection. Many people walking around looking fine are silently fighting battles nobody sees. As Theo gets closer to Alicia, the mystery deepens. Strange people from our past emerge. Secrets unfold layer by layer. Every chapter creates suspicion, making readers constantly change their mind about who is truthful and who is hiding something. One moment you think you understand Alicia, the next moment everything changes. That is what makes The Silent Patient incredibly addictive. It feels like opening one locked door only to discover 10 more waiting behind. Beyond the suspense, the book carries powerful emotional lessons, especially for people dealing with trauma, with grief, betrayal, emotional shutdown, depression, or trust issues. One major lesson from the novel is that trauma changes people. When people go through shocking, painful, or terrifying experiences, they do not always react in obvious ways. Some cry, some become angry, some isolate themselves, others become emotionally numb, some stop trusting people, and some become silent. Not necessarily physically silent like Alicia, but emotionally silent. Many people struggling mentally often hear hurtful things such as, quote unquote, move on, you're overreacting, just be strong. Yet, The Silent Patient reminds readers that emotional wounds are real wounds. Just because pain cannot be seen physically does not mean it is not serious. The novel also highlights the importance of mental health care and emotional support. Healing often requires patience, safe spaces, understanding, and trusted people who genuinely listen rather than judge. For anyone preparing themselves for difficult emotional situation in life, this story teaches something important. That is, silence can sometimes be a cry for help. When someone suddenly changes, withdraws emotionally, isolates themselves, becomes distant, or behaves differently after pain, it may not mean they are difficult or uncaring. Sometimes it means something inside them has shattered. The novel also explores unhealthy attachment, trust, and betrayal in relationships. Loving someone deeply can be beautiful, but depending entirely on someone for emotional survival can become dangerous when disappointed or betrayal enters the picture. One powerful message readers may take from this story is the importance of emotional independence and having support systems outside romantic love. At the same time, the book reminds readers not to judge situations too quickly. Life is complicated. People hide secrets. What appears obvious is sometimes far from the truth. This is one of those rare novels where readers constantly whisper to themselves, wait, what is really happening? And just when you feel sure you understand everything, the story completely shifts. The writing style itself is simple, smooth, and easy to follow, making it accessible to even people who do not read often. The chapters are short, fast moving, and emotionally gripping. It feels almost like watching a psychological movie unfold inside your mind. Unlike books that become boring or overly complicated, The Silent Patient keeps you emotionally glued. What makes the novel especially powerful is how relatable it can feel. Many readers many readers recognize parts of themselves in Alicia's silence, Theo's emotional struggles, or the hidden pain behind relationships. People who have experienced heartbreak, betrayal, emotional neglect, depression, grief, loneliness, trust issues, toxic relationships, or emotional trauma may particularly connect with the story. However, the novel also quietly reminds readers that healing is possible, even if it feels impossible to. First, pain changes people. Trauma leaves scars, but understanding ourselves, seeking support, and confronting painful truths can slowly help people rebuild. In conclusion, The Silent Patient is much more than a murder mystery. It is a powerful exploration of what happens when pain becomes too heavy for words. It asks difficult questions but important questions. Like, what happens when trust breaks? How deep can betrayal wound someone? Can silence speak louder than words? And how far can hidden pain push a person? Alex delivers a story that is gripping, emotional, shocking, relatable, and impossible to forget. Whether you read it for suspense, emotional understanding, or life lessons, the novel leaves a lasting impression long after the final page. Most importantly, it teaches readers something deeply human. Sometimes the loudest cry for help comes in complete silence.